Good day, everyone. Good day, Dr. Danjerom S. Barrera. So, our article is all about violence against women in three municipalities in Negros Oriental, Philippines, offense characteristics, police response, and effectiveness. So, I am Theodoro Laingo Jr., together with my colleague Ariela C. Kiga, Marjon D. Sabino, me and Q Asinias, Nikita K. Halandoni, Abigail Q. Gahis, Antoinette M. Canceller, Kino Diginion, Kevin E. Makatunog, and Agnes S. Abines. So we are from the College of Criminal Justice Education, taking up Bachelor of Science in Criminology from Negros Oriental State University, Sharon Campus. So this is impartial fulfillment of our subject course, which is Criminological Research 2.
I am Nikita Halandoni, and this is the abstract of our article. So, there has been a steady increase on violence against women cases in the Philippines in recent years. This study seeks to determine the offense characteristics and the police response effectiveness on violence against women cases in Santa Catalina, Shaton, and Zamboanguita, Negros Oriental from the year 2014 to 2018. Data on this study came from the Negros Oriental Province Police Office. Analysis was conducted using simple statistics through Excel worksheets. The result of the study shows that violence against women is more on physical abuse and the police response is at low level. The findings also have important practical implications. For instance, the police should redefine tort laws, assess their response and effectiveness, and create programs that address the causes of violence against women. Families must tighten their relationships and communicate better. For the people to avoid victimization, they should be very mindful in choosing partners to be with in life. Finally, the offenders of violence against women may be addressed by systematic policing and crime prevention activities, such as better police response that focuses not only on the socio-demographics but also on locations and times when the crimes regarding violence against women commonly occurs. Keywords: violence against women, offense characteristics, police response, effectiveness, Santa Catalina, Zamboanguita, Shaton, Negros Oriental, Philippines.
Good day, sir. This is Colonel Diginion, and this is the introduction of this article. Violence against women is a prevalent offense in the Philippines. This offense is prevalent in the province of Negros Oriental in particular. The Philippine National Police are already familiar economic and social factors in Filipino community that contribute to violence against women in various settings. Violence against women has existed many years ago in many different forms. In the Philippines, laws are implemented to protect women's rights and prevent violence against women. The government has built campaigns and programs to strengthen its call to action for this phenomenon. However, despite this, the Philippines has a great number of violence against women, as stated by Hayden in 2002. To systematically review the worldwide evidence on the prevalence of domestic violence against women, to evaluate the quality of studies, and to account for variation in prevalence between studies, using consistent definitions and explicit, rigorous methods. A systematic review of prevalence studies on domestic violence against women. Literature searches for 6 databases takes place from 1995 to 2006. Medline, Embase, CINAHL, Asia, ISI, and International Bibliography of the Social Sciences were searched. supplemented by hand searching of the reference list from studies retrieved and specialized interdisciplinary journals on violence. A total of 134 studies in English on the prevalence of domestic violence against women, including women aged 18 to 65 years, but excluding women with specific disabilities or diseases containing primary empirical research data were included in the systematic review. Studies were scored on 8 predetermined criteria and stratified according to the total quality score. Most studies were conducted in North America, which is 41%, followed by Europe, which is 20%, and 56% of studies were population-based and 17% were for community healthcare settings. There was considerable heterogeneity between and within geographical locations, healthcare settings, and study quality. The prevalence of lifetime domestic violence varies from 1.9% in Washington, US, to 70% in Hispanic Latinas in Southeast US. Only 12% scored a maximum of 8 on our quality criteria, with 27% of studies scoring 7 and 17% scoring 6. The mean lifetime prevalence of all types of violence is high in psychiatric and obstetric gynecology clinic studies. The results of this review emphasize that violence against women has reached epidemic proportions in many societies. Accurate measurement of the prevalence of domestic violence remains problematic, and further culturally sensitive research is required to develop more effective preventive policies and programs. This study seeks to determine the nature of the crimes and the efficacy of the police response to cases of violence against women in Shatan, Santa Catalina, and Zamboanga from 2014 to 2018. Specifically, the purpose of this study is to identify the trend and categories of cases of violence against women in Shatan, Santa Catalina, and Bayawan City. Other than the Philippines, other countries study violence against women. Moreover, the latter have inconclusive results concerning this study's queries. The theory and previous research on violence against women review is in the next section. The study discusses the methods employed in the investigation, and after presenting the results, the discussion and conclusion follows.
Good day, sir. I am Ariel C. Kilakiga, and I will going to present the review of related literature of our study. So, first, we will define the term violence against women. The term violence against women encompasses multiple cases of abuse directed at women and girls over the lifespan. The UN Declaration defines violence against women as any act of gender-based violence that results in or is likely to result in physical, sexual, or psychological harm or suffering to women, including threats of such act, coercion, or arbitrary deprivation of liberty, whether occurring in public or in private life. So the nature of the violence is self-directed, interpersonal, or collective in the form of physical, sexual, or psychological, considering that psychological abuse points to neglect and deprivation of the victim. The scope and the prevalence of the violence against women globally and in the Philippines are the following: intimate partner violence, sexual abuse by non-intimate partners, trafficking, forced prostitution, exploitation of labor, and the bondage of women and girls, physical and sexual violence against prostitutes, sex selective abortion, female infanticide, the deliberate neglect of girls, and the rape in war. The legal and social implications of violence against women are considering that this issue of violence against women is visible among the crimes perpetrated in the Philippines. This study aims to consolidate and develop an implicit picture of the situation of violence against women in the Philippines. This research aims to determine current situation of violence against women in the Philippines by identifying the contributing causes, offenders, number of incidents, and the type of abuse. The two research procedures established by the study of the series of face-to-face interviews with authorities in violence against women supported by the Philippine National Police. The theoretical frameworks of our study is social learning theory and its application to the perpetration of violence against women. One of the most common explanatory theories in marital violence literature is social learning theory. When applied to the family, the idea states that people model conduct and expose in children, which is sometimes referred to as the cycle of violence or the intergenerational transmission hypothesis. So during childhood and adolescence, observation of how parents and significant behaviors of others may intimate relationships provide an initial learning of behavior and alternative which are appropriate for the relationships. So other related reviews of our study is ecological model and its implication for understanding violence against women on multiple levels, which is individual, relationships, community, and societal. The ecological model, this approach takes into account that interstate interplay of an individual relationships, community, and social influences. So first, let us discuss the individual relationship. So the first level identifies biological and personal history. This element that impact whether a person is a victim or perpetrator of the violence. So let us consider the factors that include age, education, income, substance usage, and abuse in history. In relationship, the second level investigates close ties that may be raised, the likelihood of being a victim or a perpetrator of the violence. The person's closest social circle, peers, partners, and the family members influences and shapes their behavior and experience parenting or family focused preventive programs, as well as mentorships and care programs may be used in this level to increase parent-child communication. So next is the societal. This is the third level, looks into the factors contributing a climate supporting or discouraging violence. Among these causes are social and cultural standards that endorse violence as an acceptable solution to the problems. Health and educational institutions and continuing economics or social inequities between social groups are critical social drivers. Prevention's approach at this level include efforts to promote social norms that guards against violence and boost household financial security, as well as education, employment, opportunities, and other policies that alter the structural determination of health.
Good day, sir. I am Marjun Sabino, and this is the continuation of review-related literature. And we have a empirical studies on violence against women and existing research trends and types of violence against women cases. Uh, Intimate partner violence or IPV includes physical, sexual, and psychological abuse by a current or former partner. A study by Debris et al. In 2013 conducted in 10 countries found that 30% of women had experienced physical or sexual intimate partner violence in their lifetime. So we have the studies of the spatial and temporal patterns of violence against women. So spatial patterns study by Hill et al. In 2000 conducted in the United States found that neighborhoods with higher levels of poverty, unemployment, and residential